Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Poundland haul for 2022. Okay, if you haven't already checked out the previous ones, we've got ones going right back from 19, 20, 21, sort of on the playlist. You can check them out just over here. A little a link over there if you want to check out what was in the previous years. But again, Poundland has pushed out a new line of Poundland sort of camping goodies. So there's some new products this year. So the last few years we've had the same sort of things, but this year they've actually replaced some of their products with a lot better quality sort of stuff on there. Some things they haven't put out yet, which I think they really should put out hopefully down the line. I said this is only April. The last few ones I've done around about June time, so hopefully this is the first wave. There'll be more sort of coming out. There's also been some price changes this year and a couple of items as well which I've noticed. But so let's see what things have Poundland actually given us this year. So the first thing which I noticed, in the previous years they've given us these little fold-up bags, little disposable bags, sort of packing down. I can show you one here. So this is what they gave us last year. So we've got it folds itself up inside a little pocket, into the little pocket here. I bought two of these, but one of them the zip went really quickly, and they're quite flimsy and they don't hold a lot of weight, but they're good just to shove inside the pocket going around. But this year they've actually gone up in style, and they've actually gone on to the brand of Dunlop. So Dunlop is a bit of a better brand than a non-branded sort of one, and it came in three colours. It's got pink, black and blue. We got the blue one, and let's have a quick look at what they actually got here. So already the bag itself is going to be a lot bigger than the previous year bag. Again, this only cost £1. It's double the size. The zip and is a ripstock, other than the one last year wasn't a ripstock. So this one's a ripstock bag, and already looks to be a better quality sort of on there itself. Right, so what we've got, we've got the pocket itself now goes inside the bag, so it gives you a bit of a key. It's got a loop on it, so you can put your key loop on there. If you put a carabiner on it, you can put onto there. We've got a zip. It's non-waterproof or anything over there. I don't think it's water resistant. I wouldn't have thought so. You can always get some Nick Wax or other brands sort of spray. Oh, I can't get the zip up now. Can I do this up? No. Okay, I've got a malfunction on my zip. No, I can't work out why, but I'll look at that later on. Oh yeah, it's a proper malfunction zip. No, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there we go. I've gone past it. So the strap looks a little bit better. The strapping looks a lot better than this year's one, other than last year's. So you can see the last year's and this year's. The bag roughly about the same size, but overall I'm quite happy with that. So we've got that one for £1, but if you also want a little bag, they also had another bag this year as well. It looks like they're partnered up with the old the Zinger brand, and they've given themselves a bit of a bigger backpack, but this one comes under £3. Yeah, this one came out as £3. It's just a normal day sack sort of on there. What we got? So we've got what looks to be like ice hack loops, but you don't have anything at the bottom of them, so I'm going to put on there. We've got a front pouch, in which my zip was broken already. So I'm not even started yet, and my zip was already. There we go. We've fixed it. Yep, so we've got a front pouch, and then we've got the rear pouch. It's got a slightly padded back. There's no key fob or anything inside there, that's just the bag itself. But for my two little kids, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old, I think that'll do them quite fine. It's a bit bigger than the bag they already have. It saves them using a school bag if we just want to go out for a quick day trip. They've got a nice bag in there, so they were £3 each. So you've got two choices of bags this year, and a big upgrade from the one they put out last year. So good on you, Poundland. I say I bought two. They had 3 different colours. I think they had a black and pink as well as the other colour. They said they've got quite a few colours on here. They're 17.5 litres. It says on the packaging. So we've got that. Right, what else have we got? So again, well, before I dive into here, Poundland have brought out their tents again. If you haven't already seen it, I did a video on the Poundland tent. Check out here now. Be little cards where you can see the tent in action. I say this is my last year's tent. I didn't buy one again this year. That they have gone up in price. They were £10 last year, but this time they are £12. So obviously last year a few more people got them. I wouldn't recommend in high as you see, if you check out the video, you'll see what happened in a thunderstorm. But for a lightweight garden sort of day tent, sort of inside the garden for kids to play in, or out for the beach and things like that, yes, I fully recommend these. Right, so we've got that there. Okay, so before we go on to a few little things, and say I'll give some overview sort of footage of what was inside there. You can see they had a complete camping lines. Okay, so you have a bit of an overview. I say some of the things I didn't buy this year because they've been the same things for the last 3 years. So I've got them already inside stock from last year's video just to show you what's on there. So the first thing, that noticeable sort of thing they've had the same as they've had their tarps. I've used this tarp many different things. It's got string and all sorts tied on there. I've done many little trips, but I generally use these as more of a ground sheet to kneel on. Or put underneath the base of a tarp, or base of my hammock when I'm actually in there. They're not too big, sort of going over sort of things, but I'll cover things up. But putting on the ground and then putting your blanket on top of it, or putting a tent on top of it, is a much better idea than just laying on the floor, and nice and lightweight as well. Same things like they had the same as last year. They had these little pots. They've had frying pans and billy cans and saucepans in the past as well, but they've just gone for this little pot again this year with the little plastic clips which clip on, and then we can open it up and you've got your little dish and a little lid sort of inside there. I've put sort of knickknacks and sort of condiments and that inside there, but when it comes to actually cooking, it's a bit small to be cooking on, and when I did put something in it leaked, I think, by the looks of this. So, but holding things together, but an emergency little pot is quite good if you want to use it as a tinder tin to hold your tinder kit, and that'll be quite a good little tin to in there. You also then can make some charcoal off at the same time as well, so nice little, if you want to use it that way round. Again this year they had the, where are we? Yeah, so they've had the inflatable pillows. So you can see last year I bought some inflatable pillow last year, and they're not bad. They're nice and soft and smooth, and they're actually quite rigid. We've used this camping many a times, and my son used this a few times, and we've had no real issues with their camping pillow. Again, all this stuff, everything in this bag will be £1 unless I tell you otherwise. But they've also got another pillow which I didn't buy last year, but I did buy this year because we're doing quite a few trips. I've got trips planned to France coming up shortly, off to Birmingham this weekend. I've got some neck pillows. It looks to be the same material. Yeah, it's the same material. And these ones are lived inside the car. and that'll be for my 2 oldest kids who don't have headrests on their seats. So nice material, because she sort of, my daughter seems to flip over quite a bit when she goes to sleep. We've got to prop up with cushions and that. So we're going to put a couple of these in the car. Say we've got 2 of those, a blue one and a red one for them. So they got that in this year. Like always, they've always got their. You know what? I'm going to bring this camera slightly forward a bit. It's the same as all the previous years. They've got their little pocket knives, which has the knife on it. It has a bottle opener, or can opener, a bottle opener, flathead screwdriver, corkscrew, and a small little blade. Oh no, an oar, sorry. They call that an oar on there itself. You can see this one's had a little bit of wear and tear on it. They do come fairly blunt, so if you're going to get them, they need to be sharpened up. I've broke a couple of these. I've bought a few, and because putting too much weight on there actually snapped this one of them up a little bit, I think. And when I went to sharpen another one, it's quite a thin metal, and it carved out some of the metal. If I'm using a grind, if I was using a not a whetstone, I was using a diamond rod, and it sort of did ruin it a little bit. So just be careful. Or did I use a no? I think I used a grinding wheel, and it just chewed it straight up. So just bear aware. Nice sort of safety. Because they do come fairly blunt, I recommend sharpening if you're going to use it for younger people, because a blunt knife is a dangerous knife. A sharp knife is a good knife. So just bear that in mind. Right, so that is the same sort of things which I already had. A few different things which I saw this year, or things which I haven't bought in the past. So let's look at. I said I'm going to France. They sometimes have passport holders. So this year I bought a passport holder and bank card holder, a card protector. My oldest kids now have a bank card, so I thought, you know what, I might. And it's got an RF chip blocker. So nice and safe sort of thing, so they can put their passport in there. They can protect their cards when they go shopping around Disneyland. No one can steal their stuff. I've got 4 of them. I've got 4 kids, but I thought nice little things just to have in there. They can look after them and keeps them nice and fresh, and a nice bright orange so you can see them as well. Keeps them secure. Chop and blocks chips and that sort of stuff, and blocks people trying to read the information off them. So we've got one of those. Travelling ideas, because they're packing that sort of stuff. They've got the essential travel kit. I have seen these in the past, I think, but I never bothered to pick them up. We've got 88 tear-off pages with young kids starting to pack their own bags and all the time. They always want to know what they need to pack. I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll get these, and then things which I know they don't need, I'll put a black line through them, so they can just pick them off and tick them off as they go around. They've got all little planners in the back, so I thought, that's not bad really. They can try that out, have a little bit of fun with that. Back to camping though. They didn't really have too much more lines in sort of tented camping. They had a few other additional things. We've got a pegless washing line. So I'm going to say I'm going away camping this weekend, so I'm going to put that inside the camp, and I'll put that to use, and I'll show you some overlay footage of this actually in use, and we'll see what it's actually like. But it might be convenient because I don't need to bring pegs along. I can just bring this out and actually put it up and put some washing up and see how it goes. I've actually got some washing I'm doing at the moment. I might just do it here to show you before I pack it. Okay, so as you see, I've just put my washing up, and we've got the pegless little device over here. It's not too long. It's only about 1 metre long, but it stretches out for 1.5 meters. It's got a couple of clips. It's got a little suction pad if you're going to put it indoors. But yeah, it worked fine. Listen, I'm pulling on this tea towel. It's fine. T-shirt holds up, no issues. Socks, bites on them. Yeah. So yeah, travel bands. I rated these highly last year. I bought 2 pairs of these last year because I knew my daughter would lose 1 pair. She did lose 1 pair, so we got the second one. So this year I bought another pair just to put inside the car. Never a single bit of travel sickness since putting these things on. So this is £1 well spent for these. But this year they had different sorts of torches. The previous year they had a little metal torch, push a button. It needed 3 AAAs, I think, in a little spiral. some of them broke quite quickly. I think I bought about 5 of them. I've got 1 or 2 left and there. But this year I noticed they had a COB headlight. So they say you can use them outdoors, in vehicles, climbing, fishing. We've got a little headlight. It says it takes AAA. It takes 3 AAA batteries again, like last year. So I need to get the knife open now. Let's have a quick look. So it's got 3 settings. It's got a high beam, a low beam, and a flashing. So a distress sort of signal. So that's not too bad really. Oh, I've got another one to cut here. It's quite light, but at least it's a single band. The band is screwed into that, so there's no foam on the back. So we'll see what it's like. So let's put a battery inside here. Right, so very, very basic inside here. The LED on the front, so very, very, very basic. So not too much really go wrong with it, is it? It's not waterproof, I can tell you that, because there is no rubber seal around the outside. So look then. Oh, there we go. Right, so we've got high beam, you can't really see it, low beam, flashing. We'll put some footage over of sort of nighttime sort of thing. So I'll come out tonight, sort of come on. So can I angle it? It's a non-angular one, so I can't angle it. So it's forwards, forward or forward. So where's the button? There you are, that's on the front. Yeah. So for a kid, I think that'll be quite good actually, nice and easy for them. Oh, I'm blinded myself. So I've got a couple of colours. I've got a yellow, I've got a black, and I've got a white. I think they had some more colours in there, but they weren't inside the camping section. If you want to find those, they were inside the DIY section. I found them in. But that is the only torch I found in this year's line currently. And then I swear by these all the time. I haven't found a better mozzie repellent really. These things work a treat. And this year, as you saw by the footage, these things have gone out like hotcakes, I think, around there, because this is the only one left they had, and it didn't have a lid either. So the only one left, but I've had no real issues on with these Mosquitoes things. And I say I've gone off to France, and last year in Disneyland they were nasty things. So we're making sure we bring some of this, and I'll bring them along this weekend when I go as well. So that is all the stuff. Oh, just threw the rubbish on the floor now. So that is all the stuff they had this year. I say I hope they bring a few other things out, because a few things we bought were really, really good last year, which they haven't brought out at the moment. Were these sort of travel bags. They had a pack of 3 travel bags sort of last year, and there's a small pink one, 2 drawstrings and 1 zip one on the pink one, and I thought they were really, really good last year. 3 bags for the £1. I haven't seen them inside my Poundland I went into yet, but there are 2 more shops in Norwich which I haven't checked out. But the one I went into was the one I got permission to film in. Another good thing they've done in the past has been these waterproof phone cases. These work a treat. I've been using these for canoeing and kayaking all the time, and I've used them all last year, and I've had no issues with any of them leaking. So really, really good. I hope they bring that back this year. I'll keep you posted if I see them. Again, I haven't seen their inflatable, the disposable water carriers for camping. They haven't come out this year, but you never know. They might come out later on. But they are really only one use. You can't really get them flat enough. And one of them, the last one I had, did leak. One's works. You've got a hit or miss, but if you're limited space, like I am my camper van, or camper van trailer tent, I can plug this inside here. And if I can't get it flat again, I will. If not, I'll just have to think of something else. But they didn't have, as you saw in the video footage, they had a new lantern this year. It came out as £3, where last year they had a lantern which was £1. The last year's lantern required 4 AA batteries, but this year's lantern required 4 C-cell batteries. I don't really have C-cell batteries, and they're a bit big for me to carry around, so I didn't bother buying it or picking it up this year. Due to, if I am going to carry one, I'd rather carry a smaller one inside my bag. But there is that lantern there if you did want it, because it is an upgrade from this year. Other things which they had in the past, which I thought was quite good. Some people like to organise their kids' clothing into sort of days and sort of stuff, where they had these mesh bags in last year. If you want to put their stuff in for organisation and prep and sort of stuff, sometimes makes it easier to keep their clothes separate from everything else. I haven't seen them this year, but hopefully they'll come back. Sort of on there. And my son hates sleeping without the dark. We have to get a blackout blind for his room. So last year they had some night masks or blindfolds, so hopefully you might bring them out. And also these are really good if you're in scout groups or sort of parties or areas or clubs where you need blindfolds. They've got them in there for £1 instead of going to a toy shop and spending £2–3 on a blindfold. So there's some honourable mentions from last year, hoping they might come back this year. But that's it for this time. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Check out a few if down the line any testing and stuff. I'm going to go out this weekend and I'm going to take this stuff with me and give it a little bit of a test to see how we get on, and I'll give you my reports and reviews on that, how it works. But until then, just remember, it's better to be one with wilderness than to fight a struggle. Next video, or budget Poundland trip, you never know. See you then. Bye for now.